When our own Director of Homeland Security can't even protect her own person in a restaurant, you know the world's gone mad. So stick around. We're going to talk about this and some other things in just a minute.
You're listening to the Legal Shit Podcast, the show that dives into all things legal. In a world where the law can be complicated, convoluted, and confusing, we're here to break it down for you. So let's get started. And remember, it's not just talk, it's legal shit.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Legal Shit. And for I want to say the 12th or 13th week in a row, we have a sunny, beautiful Saturday morning.
Perfect weather in South Florida.
Hi, guys. My name is Antoinette. How are you guys doing?
And I'm TK. How are you, everybody?
And I'm Tim, your quiet host. So today we have a couple things we're going to be talking about. Basically, the episode title is kind of "The World's Gone Mad."
The world's gone mad, and there couldn't be a better title than that.
Yeah,
I think everyone's gone crazy in this last week.
We're going to talk a little bit about
guys. They think that's the title. That's not the title.
Anyway.
I changed it. It couldn't even fit.
So
I just did whatever I wanted to do.
Anywho, of course, you always do.
Thanks for letting us know.
All right. So today we're going to be talking about a few different things. One of the more comical things we're going to quickly talk about is the Kristi Noem purse theft from a Washington, D.C. restaurant. She is, if you don't know, our Director of Homeland Security, and her job is to protect the United States. And I find it pretty comical that she couldn't even protect her own person in a restaurant. Yeah. So that's a little problematic.
Wow. That's how you guys are going to go about it?
That's scarier than some of the other things we're going to talk about today, actually, because that has potential for being a really bad situation.
Can we do a little intro on what are we going to talk about?
Oh, sure. So we're going to have an update on the Menendez brothers from California, the two brothers who shotgunned their parents to death back in the late 1980s. They're seeking to get out of prison, and we'll have a quick update on that. We're going to talk about the Kilmer Abrego Garcia deportation case,
right?
And an update on that. Then we're going to talk about Shannon Sharpe, a Hall of Fame NFL football player who is now involved in a $50 million lawsuit, I believe in Nevada, alleging that he sexually assaulted his then girlfriend, I guess.
That's wonderful.
And talk about some other instances. And also we're going to be talking about, as part of the deportation case, to take a step back, we learned yesterday, the Trump administration had deported a 2-year-old U.S. citizen to Honduras along with the mother.
Oh, okay.
So now the question is, if they can deport U.S. citizens without due process, even if they're 2 years old.
Man, let me zip my mouth.
Does that mean
these babies are getting recruited into gangs very young age?
Yeah,
so.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So anyways, that's what we're going to be talking about today.
Yeah, and then there's one more trial that I wanted to mention as well. Karen Reed trial, girlfriend of a police officer in Boston who had killed him, and says she was framed. So there's a trial going on there in Boston as well. So
didn't she run him over or something like that?
They say that she ran him over with her SUV.
That usually works.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Anyway.
We got one more. We got one more story. We keep forgetting. There's so many stories today. We have a suicide that happened.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
overnight suicide of Virginia Giuffre.
I think it's how you pronounce it.
Yeah, the one that the Epstein accuser, the one that slept with Prince Andrew.
Yeah.
A lot going on today.
It's never ending.
I know. It's a big news. It's a big week of legal shit.
And that's a lot of legal shit.
So
all right. So who are we going to dive in with first?
The Menendez brothers.
So we're going to be on the toilet together for a while, guys.
The Menendez brothers. These were the two kids who back in late, was it 1989, I believe?
They're not kids anymore. Grown.
No, they're grown men.
Men in jail.
Now, shot their parents to death with shotguns and claimed it was self-defense because they were being molested. Well, anyway, they've made some attempts to get out of prison now, and they finally got a resentencing hearing granted, although that was a week and a half ago. That was delayed for some shenanigans that was going on in the courthouse, I guess. And now the Menendez brothers' attorney has filed a motion to disqualify the new district attorney who opposes their resentencing. So we're going to have to deal with that issue next.
Kicking the can
down the road. But, they're sitting in jail. So what I don't understand is they're saying they're not going to get a fair resentencing hearing because he's biased. Well, of course he's biased. He represents the people of California that he thinks they committed murder and haven't been repentant for. So Anyway, that's going to be.
What is going to let them out so they can go on another shopping spree? I'm just trying to figure out.
Can't the governor make
Do
a
they even have
decision
the money
and end
still?
all of this?
I don't think so. What's that?
Can't the governor just make a decision and end all of this? Does it?
Yeah, I think he's waiting. He'd rather have the courts do it. I think.
Yeah.
You know, that way he's not politically involved.
Plus, they always talk about the rape and all that, those different things. So it's like, did it really happen? Did they have just cause?
Yeah. All right. And all right, a little update on Mr. Abrego Garcia. He is the person who was deported to El Salvador, who the El Salvadorian government has said they're not going to release him. He was deported back on March 15th of this year.
And he was 16 years old when he came over here.
Oh, okay.
Legally.
He was legally? How did?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I believe he was legal.
I think so.
I think for safety, right, from crimes.
Well, there was I forget what they call it, like a non-deportation order that he was allowed to be deported because of the potential he'd be harmed.
Yeah.
And so anyway, that was ignored. He was deported, and then Judge Paula, I believe it's pronounced Zenas, said that he was deported unlawfully.
Oh yeah.
So this is the between the executive branch of the government and the judicial branch of the government. Is that what's happening right now? Is there a stalemate?
Yeah, and the district court judge said he was deported unlawfully, and now the U.S. Supreme Court stepped in and said, yes, he was deported unlawfully. You got to bring him back. And so far, the Trump administration has said no, they're not going to bring him back.
And also, the country, El Salvador, is not releasing him. That's their citizen.
They're basically taking the position that the court system in the United States can't tell the executive branch how to handle foreign affairs.
And they're saying something about we're not going to willfully send you one of those people, a terrorist into the United States. They're turning him into a terrorist.
By the way, this was a clerical error.
Right. Administrative error.
Administrative clerical error.
Yeah. So the U.S. Supreme Court has now said you need to follow the judge's order and you need to bring him back or facilitate his return to the United States. So far, that order has been ignored, and that's going to set up a constitutional crisis possibly between the executive and judicial branch. So it's going to be interesting. When I'd like to see Judge Roberts. What's he going to do? Half freaking wimp. Anyway.
Oh, my Lord.
Oh, he's a wimp. Trust me.
It doesn't matter. These are people you might be in trial with.
No, I'm not going to be in trial with Judge Roberts.
So he doesn't even have contact with his lawyers.
He's all the way.
No.
No. He's El Salvador citizen. No. There's no contact with lawyers.
No. I'm saying with the lawyers here, that the lawyers here have agreed to just delay.
What's the delay? He's not a citizen. He's in his own country. They can't do anything.
Okay. Anyway.
What can they do? Nothing. The guy, what's his name? Kilmer or whatever?
He's sitting in a jail. He can't do anything.
Yeah, but he's saying his lawyers.
He has lawyers in the United States.
Lawyers are not.
The family has made a lawsuit against the government.
Yeah.
Oh, against the government.
Yeah, and
that's
they're delaying the lawsuit because
against the government.
Nothing's happening.
So in addition to that deportation case, we learned, I believe, we learned last night, I think, that the administration has now deported a 2-year-old U.S. citizen.
Another clerical error, maybe?
To Honduras, along with his mother. And so,
I think that was a clerical error.
Yeah, well.
That kid's a bad seed, man. Bad.
I can see his future, her future. She's going to be in gangs.
Had gang-related tendencies.
What is this? Just Bard? What is that?
Bard, what's that?
Look, it sounds like I don't know. Just got barred. Usually, luckily it says didn't just get disbarred, but in any event,
what happened?
Barred usually means I was just admitted and lost as a lawyer by the state of Florida, whatever.
What are you talking about?
The people outside with phones, they're sending us
I just got
bars.
Oh, so
oh my goodness!
Well, we have the live chat up as well.
I just got.
Hey, everybody!
Barred. Oh, come on.
So some people just
oh my goodness!
They said, go get the dog.
Hey,
how you doing? Good Lord, who just got barred?
Welcome. Come on the show. Come on. So everything happens.
Hold on. This is impromptu, but hold on.
This is a live stream, so it's okay.
Come on in.
Sure.
So you can introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Rowena Diaz.
Wait, someone's earphones. I hear they need to turn their earphones down.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we get the live stream going right now. So everybody who's joining the live stream, we'll give you a chance to come in, ask questions on the live stream, the live chat on the Legal Shit program.
Your headphones are right there.
Oh, we're gonna have you introduce yourself.
And let's bring you up.
We love this.
Let's bring you up right here. Okay. Okay, so now we can hear you.
Hold on, let me get your headphones on.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Oh, I get my headphones on. Oh, those are yours. Those are mine.
Yeah.
So we'll do
Maybe you have an opinion.
All right. Yeah.
We have plenty of opinions.
Yes.
Okay. Hey, welcome. Well, we have an unexpected guest who has recently received her admission to which bar? The Florida?
North Carolina.
North Carolina bar.
Nice.
Oh, good for you. My
I
friend
wish it was South Carolina. I would have been like Gamecocks.
She's a Gamecock. So introduce yourself. Tell us about yourself a little bit.
Yeah, my name is Joanna Diaz. I went to law school in North Carolina.
Where?
Emory University.
Okay.
In Raleigh, North Carolina.
Nice.
But I'm a West Palm Beach native, and I graduated last year in May. I took the bar in July. I didn't pass, but by the grace of God and pure grit and discipline, I passed with a score high enough to practice in any UBE jurisdiction.
Nice.
In February, and I'm preparing for the Florida section in July because I just love to take the bar.
Now that it's all fresh in your memory.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I took the Florida bar here in Florida, then took the multi-state on Wednesday, and then flew from Florida to New Jersey and took the New Jersey's bar on Thursday. Wow. So I'm also a glutton for punishment like yourself.
Better when it's fresh in your head.
So what are your plans are in North Carolina?
So actually, I want to come back and stay here. My family is here. There's a lot of family stuff happening, and I've realized that I need to stay here.
Why do you want to be a lawyer?
I want to help people manage their wealth.
What kind of? Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I want to do trust and estate planning and administration.
We just did ours with Amy. What's Amy's last name?
I can't think off the top of my head, but
she just did our trust less than 3 months ago.
Yeah. So that's a good field. It's clean. It's not aggravating like I do litigation work.
Oh, okay.
I do business commercial litigation. So
and you don't have to deal with too many crazies like we're talking about today. That was the topic.
And you get to party more. You get to hang out more because it's all about introducing people. Yeah.
Usually the people who come into your office are the people with money and making sure their affairs are legally up to speed and things like that. So it's
plenty of wealth management here in Palm Beach. I can see.
No shortage. Well, that's excellent. So what are you guys doing today? Just going to the Green Market?
Yeah, we just passed by the Green Market, and shameless plug for the listeners. I saw this
legal shit,
and I had to stop. And I wrote on my phone, I just got barred.
Well, I said it. At least it didn't say I just got disbarred.
No. Gosh, no.
We have to ask you to help us get subscribers too to the channel.
Yes,
subscribe to our channel.
So I'm going to get the information, put it all over my social media.
Oh, excellent.
Wait, I want to answer. How many people are we talking about? We need to answer one question from about each person. So we're talking about Karen Reed.
Oh, well, Karen Reed.
Yeah. Karen Reed case? No. Okay. How about Shannon Atkins?
Not Shannon Sharpe.
Brothers?
Yeah. Oh, well, yes, I am.
Okay, so what's your opinion on the Menendez brothers case?
Should they get out?
Should they get out? Should they stay?
So my siblings are in law enforcement, and I think it hits a little close to home. I think for the most part, our criminal justice system is broken. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of things done wrong, absolutely, but I'm a firm believer in you do the crime, you do the time.
Oh, there you go. Well, I'm a retired police officer. So,
yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, thank you for your service.
Yeah. Thank you. And how about the Abrego Garcia deportation case? Are you familiar with that one?
No comment.
Okay, gotcha.
What do you think about the Homeland Security Director losing her purse or getting it stolen? What do you think about that?
No comment on that.
What about the Epstein, the lady that just passed, the Epstein lady that was helping?
Oh,
what's her name?
She committed suicide. Yeah. Virginia Giuffre.
I think so. Yeah.
I haven't read about that. I'm not
I just think the camera's right there.
Yeah. Sure, yeah. So you are familiar with the Christy Noam case, though, where the director of Homeland Security's purse was snatched at or stolen at a restaurant. So we think it's a problem when our director of Homeland Security, whose job is to protect the United States of America, can't even protect her own purse in Washington, D.C.
And I just want to smack both of them for even having that comment.
Hey, man, everything happens for a reason, so maybe that needed to happen. I don't know.
Well, I think we should start a GoFundMe for that $3,000 she lost, and maybe she can get it back. So. Anyway.
What did she say on X? What did she say on X? She said on X 4 days ago, she goes, to whoever stole my bag, count your days and also kill yourself.
Oh, wow. That's harsh.
I
don't know who she is. I wish I'd known about her a little bit more.
She didn't like her bag. She didn't like her bag. It was a very, very rare Gucci bag, probably.
Oh,
so
poor her.
All right. Well, anyway.
Yeah, well, it was great meeting you both.
Definitely. Thanks for stopping in.
All three of you. I'd love to get your business cards if possible.
It's right there. There's a business card right there.
Amazing.
And also, Shannon's plug, after that, just give us a little bit more about just a couple sentences about yourself, how they can find you. You already have a page about your law, your law stuff.
I'm on LinkedIn, Joanna Marie Diaz. I'm looking for work. So.
That's what I was trying to get you to say. Something like that.
There you go.
Yeah, I really think that this was supposed to happen. I was supposed to meet you guys.
There you go.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm wishing you the very best.
Feel free to stop by anytime.
Yes. I will for sure.
Talk about legal shit.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
All right, great. Thanks so much for coming in. Tell all your friends hi.
All right.
Thanks for coming, everyone.
Come on in, guys. Tell them
come
say
on
hi.
in. We'll just say a quick hi.
Come say hi.
These are some people who are stopping by. We're here at downtown West Palm Beach.
Come on in. We'll use it as a thumbnail later. We'll use it as a thumbnail. Yeah.
Come in. And you guys come and say something,
Introduce yourself and say a little where you're from. Here. Over here too.
Hello, everybody.
We have full house.
Amy
I'm trying to get it.
Acevedo.
Hear yourself talk.
I don't think that's a good idea. Okay, come this way.
There we go.
Because I'm trying to think the chords.
You can talk in the microphone right there.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Well, like I said, my name is Amy Acevedo. I was born and raised here in South Florida. My parents are from Guatemala. I'm enjoying this day with my friends. Yes.
Camera's right there.
Hi, everybody.
How's the green market out there?
Yeah.
Good?
Oh, wonderful. The sun is beaming down and is definitely giving South Florida.
Is this not paradise?
Yeah.
Here? It is.
Yeah. What do you guys do?
Everybody
Well,
agrees.
I'm a substitute teacher at a small charter school, and I also tutor in science.
Nice.
Yes.
Right now, I'm getting tutored in anatomy and physiology. I know I'm trying to learn all that. Just refreshing my mind. I don't know why. I'm 44. Do I really need it? No, but I want to.
It's good.
Yes,
It's
I
good
want to just keep up
yourself
to date on it.
educated. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Shannon Sharpe.
Hi, my name is Lady. I work for a church in the area on their communications team.
Nice. All right. Are you local downtown area or just?
I'm local to Palm Beach, but I work at family.
Downtown?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a nonprofit downtown where the kids literally walk around. We do a podcast. We do Pistache give us a 3-course meals. We go to different locations. I know church is different, but I don't really touch on it so much because the kids, the parents, I got to be careful.
Yeah.
But we do have a nonprofit, and if you guys ever want to do something in a certain way where the parents don't kill me, love to, because I know you guys are a nonprofit also. All right. And there's other kids. I know you guys help with the homeless and all that stuff. So you never know what help we may need. Yeah. And it's tracked by nonprofit.
Right. This is our mascot, Mimi.
Oh, I was just going to ask what Mimi's name is.
Yeah, baby. She wants to meet everyone here. Sorry.
Mimi is very famous.
Dogs.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, thank you guys so much for opening your doors. This is very awesome. Thank you for letting our friend also share. We want the best for her and the best for you guys. So
thank you for coming,
and the best
ladies.
For you guys. Thanks for being an educator. It's hard right now as educators. I have a main educator on my board, and she literally organized to make sure all the lessons, everything's done. She checks on me to make sure, okay, did you do this? Did the kids get this? I'm like, okay, yes, I bought this. But you need that. You need someone that's a real, I'm early childhood education, but she's still in the school system.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. To everybody who works in education, keep going.
Times are hard right now.
Yes, keep going, loving those children. They need us, and it's awesome.
And I know you're pulling a lot of money out of your pockets, and it's going to be even more. And I'm so sorry.
Yeah. It's worth it.
It is
so
worth it.
Their smiles.
Yeah.
But okay, thank you so much.
Guys.
Did everybody see the information so you can watch the podcast? Yeah. Okay, great.
Yeah, please subscribe on YouTube. That's the Instagram. If you can do the YouTube.
Okay, perfect.
All right. And please say hi. Give us a little message on YouTube. Say hi. Okay?
Yes, thank you.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Have a great day. All right. Well,
maybe unplug that one. I don't know. I think it'll be okay.
Yeah. Start off.
Okay, guys, so this is how the Legal Shit podcast runs. It's a podcast. It's a YouTube channel. We are live. We do whatever we want.
So
we run the show.
on the street, just feel free to come right on.
As long as you're not homeless. As long as, no, don't just give out free advice.
So we were talking about the baby. Is that where we were?
I think we're with Christy Gnomes.
Christy Gnomes, though.
Or maybe the 2-year-old baby. Yeah, maybe Christy Gnomes. She lost her purse. She can't keep dry. Anyway, I'm just surprised.
Christy Gnomes, I'm so sorry about you losing your purse.
I know that must be a freaking pain in the ass. But
all her IDs, all her stuff. That's crazy.
Doesn't she have any bodyguards that check to make sure that
no, not everyone can get a bodyguard.
I don't know. I'm just surprised. Like there was no one watching. Like someone could come up and just grab the person.
But that's the point. You can't target, like when everyone was targeting different people, that public servants and all that stuff, they do not have bodyguards. Anything can happen to them. So her purse. What about the doctor guy that they were like, the doctor that was doing the COVID? They took his bodyguards back.
Yeah, Dr.
Fauci. Anything can happen to him because he's a public servant.
So anyway, so back to the 2-year-old. They deported, as far as we know, a 2-year-old U.S. citizen with mom to Honduras, I believe it was. And the question now becomes, if this child was a U.S. citizen, can they now simply deport U.S. citizens even if they're above 18 years of age?
Right.
And did they deport the citizen or did they deport the mother?
Well, they deported both. I think they deported the mother and then the child went along.
They didn't deport the child. They deported the mother. Yeah. The mother is definitely going to take. She's not leaving her child. What has happened is the child can come back at 18. That's not the way
the media is spinning it.
Yeah. I mean, they spin however they want to spin it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Well, anyway. Once the child turns 18, the child can come back. Or if the child feel like going on vacation without the mother.
The child was born here.
Yeah, but the child is not going to leave the mother. The mother has to still nurse. It's the mother. The mother's not going to let someone else raise her child that she went 9 months through to take care of, especially if she loves her child.
It's the problem. It's one of the problems with what's going on today.
Yeah. So you deport the mother, the child is definitely going with the mother.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, let's talk about Shannon Sharpe.
Oh, another interesting one. It never ends.
It never ends. Shannon Sharpe, I guess, as many of you know, was a former NFL football player, a Hall of Famer, considered to be one of the best tight ends ever in NFL history. Now has I forget the name of his podcast.
Shannon Sharpe.
No, it's called Shay or something like that.
Oh, Shay. The Shay Room.
Shay Room, something like that. Yeah. I've seen it once.
Shay Room. Shannon. Go ahead.
But who's
Cat Williams.
Cat Williams or something.
Oh, I love that one.
Yeah,
that's what got me into it.
I saw that episode. That's the only thing
I shared that with you. I shared it with you.
Yep, that's right.
That's when you were like, I don't like Cat Williams. And then you're like, oh, hold on. After you watch Cat Williams and listen to how he delivers his information.
Cat Williams can talk about Shannon Sharpe.
Cat Williams warned Shannon Sharpe not to mess with the snow bunnies.
Yeah.
That's what they call it. The snow bunnies. Yeah, the snow bunnies. Don't play in the snow.
What's the definition of a snow bunny?
A snow bunny is a young white woman. This is my definition. I don't know the written definition. A young white woman with hardly any money, dating an older or a fluent black man with a lot of money, especially dark-skinned black man or an athlete, and deciding after a while, I don't want to deal with this. I just want your money, and I'm going to go. But that's or something like that.
Let's have Tim tell us how they met each other. How about that?
Yeah. Well, they
This is funny.
It gets worse.
I don't have personal knowledge. What I'm reading from or what I'm referring to are the allegations in the complaint that were filed in Las Vegas, Nevada against Mr. Sharpe by Jane Doe, who's now seeking $50 million.
$50 million.
$50 million. And I'll tell you in a minute.
Club Shay.
Cool. Yeah, no, I like the podcast. Plus, they're like drinking rum or something or tequila.
Yes, he has his own
tequila wine or rum wine,
something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was great. It's just,
it was true.
The shows were very good.
They were.
Yeah, they were very good.
So, shout out to them.
They're still very good. I don't think he's going to stop the show because of that. I might just give him more publicity. More people may start watching the show.
Absolutely. Well,
he's got enough.
So, according to the complaint that was filed, which is a 14-page, pretty scathing complaint. It seems like it was designed to really embarrass Mr. Sharpe. I mean, it goes through all these allegations. We can talk about it in a little bit, but here I'm quoting now from the complaint. During their first conversation, Sharpe proposed a challenge to a competition to see who could lean out faster. Now, this was in an LA gym.
Lean out.
Lean out. Lean body fat, right? So he challenged her, said, let's do a contest.
That's innocent enough. Yeah, a little challenge.
That's motivation to get him in shape also.
She alleges that she saw him in the gym constantly looking at her and making it known that he was looking at her.
Okay.
He finally came up and she as talks about in the complaint, here she is, a 20-something-year-old female with a 50-something-year-old male who's coming up behind her. And he says, hey, let's have a competition. And whoever wins, if you win, the prize is I'll buy you some new tits.
Oh.
Hey, Shannon, how you doing?
New tits. So that's her prize. What's his prize?
Well,
wait, but did she say yes or no?
The new tits are his prize too.
Did she say yes or no?
No, she said, well.
Did she get the tits?
No.
Oh, man.
Silly girl.
As far as I know.
Silly girl.
It says that she was stunned. And the implication that she needed or wanted such a thing was wildly inappropriate. Hearing it from a stranger more than 30 years her senior made it even more disturbing. So at that point, my question is, if it's so disturbing, if somebody, and she also says in the complaint that she didn't know who this gentleman was, that he was just a big muscular guy. And for someone to come up and say, hey.
Wait, but the big muscular guy in that type of gym, Shannon Sharpe is not just in any kind of gym.
I know.
He's in must be a real upscale gym.
Sure,
so she knows where she is. All those people are
she knows who
financially.
She's with because she's all over social media. It's hard to believe that she doesn't know.
And her at 20 in that gym where Shannon Sharpe is, that means there's other celebrities in that gym.
Most likely.
Yeah.
So she's scoping out.
Thank you.
Or working out.
Waiting for new tits.
But again, this is the problem with a lot of these lawsuits and allegations against famous people or people with means, money, is that it was so disturbing to you at this first encounter. Why does it go any further than that? I'm like,
you're creeped out.
It's because she can afford her tits, so she didn't really care about tits. He had to come up with something else. It wasn't good enough.
Yeah, I wonder what the membership is over there.
I don't know. I don't even know what gym it is. I don't listen here. But the complaint is pretty interesting.
It might have been a private gym, so why is she there?
So what happened afterwards? They texted each other?
Well, again, all of a sudden, it goes on to say that,
he's not so bad. Not so creepy. Because of the money.
So he offered this competition. I guess she said no, didn't say anything. And then it says over the following weeks, he made himself unavoidable. He was at the gym when she was there. He constantly called and texted her, which means she gave him his number.
Yeah, if he was so
disturbing, so gross. So
why does he have your number?
Because she obviously gave it.
She must have been flattered.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
Or flat her. I don't know.
No, but I think that's the undercurrent of a lot of these cases against famous people, these sexual assault cases and these lawsuits, is if it's so bothersome at the very beginning, how does it go on for 2 more years?
It was 2 years?
Yes, they were together for like 2 years. I don't know.
Oh Lord, she needs to stop the nonsense.
$50 million to me.
Yeah.
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 I thought you had a breakdown of what she's asking for.
So the relationship was consensual.
Well, it says it started off as consensual, but then became very vitriolic, very nasty, abusive. Not totally physically abusive, but except for the sexual assaults that she alleges. She alleges that the first time she went to his house.
Yeah.
This is now again. These are just allegations. That's what's in the complaint, but it's a public document. It's on file. The first time she goes to his house, he opens the door and leaves it open and turns around and walks and doesn't say a word to her. He walks upstairs and she follows him because she said, I think the complaint said something like she wasn't quite sure what to do, even if she should leave or something like that. She walks upstairs. They end up in the bedroom. According to the allegations in the complaint, he lies down on the bed. Because she didn't know what to do, she lied down on the bed, and for 10 minutes they lay there without any words spoken whatsoever.
Did the tooth fairy come and take her clothes off or something?
Yeah, well, it says Sharpe opened the door to his Beverly Glen mansion without a word, no greeting, no acknowledgement, no small talk. And without even looking at her, he just turned around and walked upstairs.
And is that a man that has respect for you? No, you're just a fuck toy.
What is he saying about all this? Didn't you tell me that there was some kind of a live stream that he claimed was a mistake?
Oh, well, that was later on.
He knew what he was getting. She knew what she was getting.
I did find out. I did read into it more. It wasn't a video live stream. It was an audio live stream.
An audio live stream.
Yeah. A live stream audio. Right. But
leaves it up to your imagination.
On his Instagram. But apparently that, once Shannon was together with Jane Doe, I guess that she's identified in the complaint, at some point in time during the relationship, he supposedly accidentally live streamed audio of him having a sexual encounter with some other woman.
Accidentally.
Maybe he wanted her to join in.
She wasn't there, so she was a little upset with that. And
wait, what do you mean she wasn't? Maybe
Jane Doe is the plaintiff. She was not there. This happened, and he just admitted it. First, he said it was someone hacked what?
Wait, but to me, okay, he already disrespected her the first time by walking. If a man opens a door, he doesn't say, "Would you like a glass of wine? Would you like something to drink? How are you doing today?" And he just walks in and walks to his bedroom. He has no respect for you. Now he's showing you videotapes of him having intercourse with someone else.
She learned about it. She didn't.
Okay.
I think she heard about it because it became a big thing. He said his account was hacked.
They all did.
But it was hacked first. He was.
Then he had to come clean, and he basically said it was a mistake. He threw his phone on the bed, and somehow the live stream was turned on somehow. But as it says in the complaint, you have to right swipe.
Yeah.
Or swipe right or something like that. I don't know what that is. But
so the person that he live stream, are they upset?
I've live streamed a lot lately, and that's never happened.
Are you sad? Are you sad about that?
No, I'm not sad.
How do you feel?
I'm not sad. You know what I'm saying? I never accidentally turned on the live stream.
I thought you were talking about
I never accidentally turned it on. No, I'm not worried about that either. And I wouldn't live stream that.
So anyway, so it's again, it's one of these legal cases that are in the news. Whenever one of these cases comes up, I mean, we had cases against Bill Cosby, Shannon Sharpe now. What else? Deshaun, what was his name? The quarterback, Deshaun Watson or something like that.
Was that the elevator thing?
I forget. I think there's
the battery, the domestic, violence.
Deshaun Watson, I think he was a quarterback. There were some allegations against him. I mean, I don't know.
This is a trend.
It's not a trend. They're humans.
But are you blaming is it the men's problem? I mean, or is it just a shakedown for money? Is what Sharpe and other lawyers?
I think it's a little shakedown, but I mean, he was warned. Stop playing in the snow. He is
stop playing in the snow.
Man,
I don't know all these terms. The snow bunny, stop playing in the snow. I never heard that before.
Even though I play in the snow, but still.
Wow.
Whatever.
But I'm dating a white man.
Yeah, okay.
It is
You're
what it
dating
is.
him?
I mean, yeah, I'm dating.
Still dating?
Oh my Lord!
Oh my God! Where's the box of chocolates?
Do we remember how old the woman was?
Well, she's like 30 years his junior.
Wow. So how old is that?
So he's 50 something now, I believe.
Yeah, 53.
So she's probably in her 20s, like 25, 26, 27 now, something like that. So she's suing for $50 million, $10 million for general damages, $10 million for special damages.
How many years are we apart?
About 3.
Okay. Yeah, we're 3.
Anywho,
I'm just trying to say I don't want to be the one to judge when we're 22 years apart.
I'm not judging.
So I.
No, I'm not judging.
Is this part of a shakedown, Antoinette?
If it is, he's already shaked.
You turned him upside down and you shook him out.
He was shake before I met him.
Man, oh boy.
So what was it? It was general damages?
10 million in general damages, 10 million in special damages, 20 million in punitive damages, which are designed not to compensate for losses, but to punish the wrongdoer, to simply make it a number that hurts so much, it's just enough so you can say, I'll never do this again.
That's what makes it stay.
Right, that's what makes it stay. And then there's statutory penalties for 10 million. And then
don't talk about it. She's rude.
And then they ask for attorney's fees and interest and things of that nature. So
he needs to add up all the money he spent on her already and subtract it from all that.
So her lawyer must be a great lawyer, right? To come up with this number.
Of course, because he's very expensive.
Tony Busby.
And that's the thing now. It's going to mess with his public image.
That sounds non-criminal.
It's going to mess with his public image because he works, for ESPN or whatever?
Well, he's stepping away from ESPN for a while.
Yeah,
all this,
to reflect.
And this is not his first history of being accused of anything. No. Another woman, Michelle Evans, filed a lawsuit before that. But that case didn't explode like this.
No, the Michelle Evans case in New York is a defamation case against Shannon Sharpe. But in that defamation complaint, she also makes allegations very similar to the ones being made by the plaintiff Jane Doe in the Nevada case, to where he sexually assaulted her. But she's not suing for that; she's suing for defamation, and that's only for $4 million. She's very
conservative,
very conservative, very nice, very generous. Just $4 million.
$4 million. Oh, wow.
I'm only going to sue you for just a few.
So I think
a single-digit millionaire is what I want to be.
I think Tony Buzme, he's the attorney. He's out of Houston, I believe, and I think he's the one that's also suing P. Diddy.
Oh, really?
That's the one she has?
Sean Diddy, yeah, and Jay-Z.
So he knows how to go after him.
I think he's representing. He does a lot of these high-profile sex assault cases as well as.
I read that he recently rejected a plea deal.
Really?
Yeah. Mm. I don't know what that plea deal was, but he rejected it.
Wow.
So
how long has he been in jail?
I don't know.
He's been in jail for a while now, maybe a year, right?
What's that?
He's been in jail for a year.
I would think so. Yeah.
His trial is a whole nother ball game. He has men, women, monkeys, dogs. I don't even know. All kind of stuff. He has a lot going on in his trial. It is not a Shannon Sharpe trial. This is different.
That will also rear its ugly head too.
There's a lot.
Oh, it's already rearing the ugly head.
That nonsense.
Yeah. All the guys that think they were tough and rough and tough in the hood, being macho, he got them. Not just women, he got the men too.
Well, that's where Cat Williams, was it?
Cat Williams, yeah.
Cat Williams was talking about.
Yeah.
So should Shannon? So everyone says should Shannon know better, especially dating a young white woman?
Well, it's
he's the one that offered.
Answer is 1,000%. Uncle Shannon should not forget that history didn't retire when he did.
I mean, don't you have any gain without having to promise fake tits?
Right.
What do you mean?
Say, hey,
maybe she was flat.
I'm Shannon Sharpe.
I was a size 8 before.
And I think you need bigger boobs to date me. So
no, I don't think he had any respect for her. That's why he spoke to her that way.
Obviously not.
She most likely was throwing herself at him. For him to even if he was approaching her and he saw her as a pursuit or to talk to her, he would not come at her. No man comes at a woman like that. I think she's the one that was giving him googly eyes. So he comes over and he was like, "Shit, I don't give a crap about this woman."
I don't know who he was. I'm sure 10 minutes later, one of her friends told her.
Yeah, obviously.
And who is this man talking to me with disrespect? Obviously, she knew he was.
Before I was a civil lawyer in criminal defense work, and one of the cases that I worked on and was in the trial was the Marv Albert case. Oh yeah, he was the NBA sportscaster of the New York Knicks.
Another weirdo.
There were some strange allegations with, especially the transvestite dancer Christy Love. The Commonwealth of Virginia was going to have Christy Love come and testify.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, but so we represented Marv, and again, he was a high-profile guy. And the funny thing was, if you remember the Marv Albert case, it was when part of the allegations was that he bit this victim's back. Her name was Vanessa Turlock, I believe, and he bit her back, and I had to actually go up to Rochester, New York, to get these special the photographs, especially redone, and that's when you get teeth white marks impressions to challenge the state stuff. But anyway, I mean, here's a high-profile guy, and supposedly this woman, she was a telephone operator at the Hilton Hotel in Miami, and he was down there for a playoff game or something. She basically called.
So, Mal, I'm trying to get on the topic. So he's a former football player, or he's an
announcer?
No.
Oh, he's an announcer for the football.
No, announcer for the New York Knicks basketball team.
Oh, basketball.
And he was very well known. We were sitting during where we were preparing for the case one day. And everyone's kind of fighting over how we should go at it.
This could be another. This could be another show.
We should do this.
This could be great for another show.
Okay.
Can we go back to Shannon Sharpe, please?
Anyway, to make a long story short, Roy Black goes, okay, that's enough. No more backbiting here, guys.
No more backbiting.
And that's when Marv goes, yes.
Backbiting.
We'll
be a fly on that wall.
Yeah. Going back to Shannon Sharpe and others like him. I mean, this isn't the first. This isn't the
weirdness just doesn't go away.
Yeah.
It just keeps
on. But it was. Anyway, I don't know what you want to do. You hand me some paper.
Give it to me. Let me do it.
Yeah, you do it.
Because I pulled up some questions.
You have questions for that?
Yeah, because Shannon, let me ask the question. I can't do questions. That's good, Teddy. Okay, Teddy. We don't care. Why are you trying to throw me on the bus?
I'm throwing ChatGPT under the bus.
No, sometimes he's so annoying. Go ahead.
Before you go into some questions, I'm just saying, this happens in a lot of these cases, and a lot of the people trying to question, Are these all shakedowns? I mean, it's all the same. Chalice and Trump supposedly sexually assaulted the woman in the dressing room, right?
Let me. What I'm going to do is we're going to stay on the topic of Shannon Sharpe. Okay. I want to ask some questions. Sharpe. Could Shannon's public image hurt him in court?
Could what?
Could his public image hurt him in court? Because he's famous. He's black.
Well, I don't want to say, but I think with some jurors, the stereotype is he was a famous rich black guy, with a young white girl. And there's kind of a stereotype or stigma attached to that. But I'm not saying it's true or not. But I don't think it is.
Are they treated better sometimes? They're also treated better
sometimes because they're rich. But it could still hurt him.
Weinstein wasn't treated better.
No.
That's for sure.
That's because he was dating underage girls. At least Sharpe is in the 20-somethings. Weinstein was dating high school kids.
I thought he had sex with a plant.
Oh,
yeah, there you go. The plant didn't give consent. So there's history.
Shannon plant didn't give consent.
Yeah.
There is a history. We talk about the other lawsuit going on in New York against Mr. Sharpe.
Yeah.
So
Look, Mimi's famous. Mimi has a boyfriend. It's a stuffed animal. That stuffed animal doesn't have a voice.
So how do celebrity lawsuits differ from normal people lawsuits?
Well, they receive much more media attention.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there's a lot of lawsuits out there concerning sexual assault, but you don't hear about them. But certainly these garner a lot of media attention.
These are high profile.
Yeah. And you get dragged publicly really fast. TikTok will make you so famous.
Yeah.
Well, that's just the thing. Lawyers are getting paid because when you commit a crime like this, your social media presence shoots through the roof. You're getting more money to pay for these attorneys, and they know it.
Yeah. Well, that was the allegations in the. Those are some of the statements made by the lawyers in reference to Shannon Sharpe logging onto Instagram and with the audio live streams that he was actually doing it on purpose to get more attention and more media coverage. Because, in today's world, bad coverage is good coverage, right?
Yeah, there's no such thing as bad press.
Okay.
Could Shannon Sharpe countersue? Could he countersue? It says yes.
Anyone can countersue. You can call a counterclaim, and anyone can countersue. But what's he going to sue her for? Maybe defamation. That's sometimes the best defense is good offense.
Yeah. So. And it says, knowing him, he might just be stubborn, just do it just to be stubborn because he has the money to do it.
I'm suing her because she's too young for me.
No, I'm suing her just because she should have took what she got. Oh, sorry.
What, did he try to bribe her?
No, I don't. I didn't.
He didn't have to bribe her. He has money.
I didn't read other than the initial offer. I didn't read anything about any type of settlement or anything like that. He did. It alleges, at least on 2 separate occasions, tried to get her to sign a non-disclosure agreement, and she refused, and she never signed one. So
I got her to sign it from the first date.
I guess, I don't know. We don't know who she is. We don't know what she looks like.
That reminds me of all those baby mamas Elon Musk has.
He has them all on NDA.
He has them all on NDA.
Yeah, they're not saying anything. Plus, isn't he?
Sign the Street by 5 card, please.
Where are they from?
I have no idea. No idea. No idea.
He wants to repopulate the country.
Hey, smart man. If everyone else not doing it, he might as well start the cause.
That's right.
Okay, so okay, I figured if you guys watch the Cat Williams and on the Shay Shay Club, what is it, Shay Shay Club, whatever, on Shannon Sharpe show, it says, what did Cat Williams say that aged perfectly now? Cat told Shannon, straighten up. You're too old, too rich, and too visible to play stupid games.
Yeah, no, that's.
Was he ever married?
Who, Cat?
Shannon Sharpe.
I don't know.
I haven't read anything.
Does anyone know if he's ever been married?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But
he's a big man.
Oh, he's a huge guy.
Big man.
Who did we just meet the other day? Mike? Michael, what was his name? The football player.
Did you say Ray Lewis?
Ray Lewis.
The former NFL football player. I mean, he was he's like in the 50s, early 60s.
Yeah.
He was a big, strong dude. And
he is not that big.
It wasn't that tall.
He's gotten older. His body's getting a little smaller.
Yeah,
but picture when he was a football player. That man, you can tell he was huge.
Well, you can fix it right up, can't you?
Oh, yeah, he can. If he gets back in the gym and do a regular training.
On the field.
Yeah, not on the field, but
Shannon Sharpe is still a big guy.
Yeah, Shannon Sharpe is still in the gym.
Yeah,
she met him in the gym.
Well, he's like what, 6'3" or?
And you see how he walks with his legs are like huge.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
Yeah. So is it fair to automatically assume Shannon is guilty?
No.
Well, but in 2025, social media tries you really fast.
Yeah, that's the other thing is how people get fair trials things. It used to be where you didn't have social media, so in the local community, you'd say, "I'm not getting a fair trial. Let's move it." We did that for a murder case. It would happen in St. Lucie County. We had to move it north because of publicity. But today,
so if this goes to trial, I mean, you can't help but think that the entire jury is not going to think that Snow Bunny aspect of it, right? Snow Bunny aspect.
Yeah.
So I know we already talked about what affected him on Shannon, ESPN, Fox, and podcast career, and his brand.
He's stepping away from ESPN for a little bit while this passes over. He's good. I think he does a great job on TV.
Oh yeah, he's very knowledgeable, very talented.
Anyway, go ahead.
So, could race be weaponized against Shannon Sharpe in this case?
No, I don't think so. I don't think. It's funny. As you look at people,
you see me side-eyeing, right?
Yeah, I understand. I know he's a black guy, but I understand sometimes race is overlooked when it comes to celebrities and sports figures.
I think the celebrity supersedes it. No,
that's because of what? If it doesn't fit, it doesn't quit. That's the only one that supersedes it.
Okay.
Definitely. To me, definitely.
Really?
America loves a fall from grace story, especially when it's a star and it's a black man.
They don't.
That's when he gets to play in the snow.
So you don't think she'd go after a white guy who was rich and famous?
No, because most white guys already know what they want to date. Sometimes they know at that caliber, they know unless they're older and they've had a divorce and they've had problems in relationships or they're abusive and all that stuff. But most white guys are already married and taken. She's looking for someone that's kind of broken, and Shannon Sharpe is broken.
Well, he approached.
Yeah, he's broken. That's what she says.
Okay, well,
that's what she says.
Well, I guess we'll hear the real story. No, the other side of the story.
She might have been plotting to make sure she was in his line of vision.
A lot of these cases, they just get resolved beforehand.
Well, that's
hopefully if he gives her that $50 million.
It's not a criminal case. It's a civil case, and so most things they just get resolved.
So George, Teddy, you gonna read that one? George just said something.
Okay, I can read it. It's more of a comment. It says 4 attempts here, and one was seriously hardcore. It says paperwork from unsolicited lawyers with DOJ confirmation. So I don't know what that refers to.
George, you gotta explain that. So we're not sure what you're talking about.
Yeah.
What does it say?
It says there were 4 attempts.
And High Project
one was seriously hardcore paperwork from unsolicited lawyers with DOJ confirmation. So I don't know what that pertains to. We're talking about a lot of different things at the same time.
Anyway.
So another question is, why do older black men often get caught slipping with the younger women?
I don't think he's just an older black guy. So I'm not black. I don't know the experience.
I think all guys can slip.
Yeah. Ego, loneliness.
That's
bad advisors whispering, you still got it.
Still got it.
Man, you still got it.
Well, yeah, Shannon had Shannon.
Especially that they don't age as fast, because black people don't age as fast as white. So he's looking in the mirror like, I'm still young. I'm a stud. She wants me.
Yeah, there's some allegations in the complaint about that. That he's a real virile guy. He's going to take care of you. No man's going to want you.
Oh, that's what he said to her?
Supposedly.
And he knows what he wants. He wants new tits. Yeah. That's what he wants. He knows what he likes.
That's smart. You never know.
We don't know. We don't know what she looks like because she's Jane Doe. We don't know her name.
So,
okay, well, anyway.
What would have protected Shannon more? You said DNA, NDA. What would have protected Shannon more? A contract or a better judgment? All three.
DNA.
NDA.
And a non-disclosure agreement. All that. I'm not familiar with. I'm familiar with non-disclosure agreements, whether or not they hold up in court when in terms of criminal actions. I don't know.
He should have had cameras in his house. Anytime he bring a young woman in his house, proof is there, and let them know. I'm sorry, cameras
in his closet that we're going to find out about later.
He clearly knows how to live stream on Instagram.
He knows how to swipe left or right.
So the biggest thing taken from this, guys. The lesson: no text, no snaps, no DMs means no receipts. Protect yourself before the lawsuit, not after. Yeah.
Hey, listen, I had someone very close to me.
Before,
I've had someone close to me. I won't mention names, but he was accused of a sexual assault. Who was the accuser was seeking $1 million, and the person who I spoke with, who was the accused, said it just didn't happen. It's just we played around a little bit, but we didn't have intercourse or anything. But she felt bad, and she started crying because she had a boyfriend. And 2 days later, or 3 days later, whatever it was, he hit with a law from some guy in California, and some law in California ultimately got out of that, but without anything. But it can happen. It can happen to anyone, basically.
Yeah.
And if you're a wealthy,
or they think you're wealthy, they're coming.
They're coming for you, and you know what?
And do you want to be embarrassed in public?
Yeah. No, that's the other thing.
Yeah. So you're like,
when you talk about accusers, it's kind of a segue into that suicide that happened yesterday as well. I mean, that was very, very high profile. We're talking about the brother of King Charles.
Yeah.
He's the one. I thought the lady committed suicide.
No, she did. She was the accuser.
Oh, she was the accuser.
She's in jail. She's in jail. Did she not get paid off?
I don't know. No, she's not. She was the one who said
with the short hair, right?
The blonde.
The blonde.
Oh, the blonde.
She was young. She was 17. She says that she had sex with him 3 times.
Yeah.
Well, she said because she's no longer alive.
Right. Well,
oh, wow.
Yeah. She got hit by a bus, I guess, a month ago or less than a month ago.
Yeah. And then
committed suicide.
Yep.
Oh, she jumped in front of the bus.
Oh, I don't know if she jumped in. We don't know, but they said they only gave her a few days to live. I guess she survived that, but she offed herself yesterday.
Jesus.
So she got hit by a bus, then she offed herself, and then
I don't know. At least she didn't go the Vladimir Putin falling out of a hotel window.
And the prince committed suicide also.
Some bad tea.
And the prince committed suicide.
No, the prince didn't commit suicide. He's a royal. They probably paid her off somehow or kept it quiet. But they said this was the worst thing that happened to the royal family in terms of embarrassment in a long time.
She's still alive. She's the one who committed suicide.
She's the one. She said she had sex with
Prince
Jeffrey
Andrew.
Epstein and the prince.
But they all were at the house together or something like that.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
And then she committed suicide. So that's
Virginia Giuffre. I'm trying to pronounce that name right.
Poor thing. So I thought she was introduced by the lady with the short hair.
Yes.
I think so.
I think that's the story.
She was a French woman, wasn't she?
And she's in jail, right?
Yeah. She's in jail. That's a horrible story too. And another one who had originated right here in West Palm area, right in Palm Beach County.
Another scandal here.
God.
That's what happens in paradise when you got free time.
Yeah.
You're not busy plowing your driveway.
Yep.
Yeah. That's what happens.
Got any more questions for us?
I had a lawyer, like, if you were a lawyer defending Shannon Sharpe, how would you defend him? You want to look? Let me ask you a question.
No, I can listen.
I can ask a question. I'm going to ask a question. What proof is there that the relationship was non-consensual?
It's he said, she said, and that's the bottom line. Unless you have video evidence, audio evidence, you have written evidence, text messages. I told you that was not what I wanted to something.
Yeah.
And we don't know what there is. That's the whole thing. We don't really know where all the facts are.
How many booty calls did she show up for?
For 2 years amount. I think there should be a subtraction of his apartment
at 2 a.m., right? What do you think is going to happen? What are you going to do?
Supposedly showed up 5 minutes late on their second visit to the house, and he verbally berated her for being 5 minutes late.
Oh, I thought he just wanted to Netflix and chill.
Well, he was late. She had him waiting.
Yeah,
you don't have me waiting. I have you waiting.
Oh.
Did the woman ever consent at any points in the relationship?
She
as a defendant of Shannon Sharpe, we're defending him right now.
We're defending him? Well, yeah, she claimed it was a consensual relationship until the end.
She didn't ghost him.
Yeah.
She didn't ghost him at all. No. She would respond to his text too. So it was interesting.
Showed up to meetings even though she was late.
I'm sure they traveled together. I'm sure she went over his house. He went to her house. I believe
they traveled.
Yeah, so it's. I mean, that's the problem I have with a lot of these cases. It seems like at some point in time, if the guy's abusing you, why do you go back? But you know what? There's the battered woman syndrome. Why do you stay there? Well, just because you do. So it's a difficult question. But how would you defend him? Well, it's a he said, she said.
So were there any reports made at the time of the alleged incident?
I don't think so. I don't believe so. I didn't read it. Well, here's a good one. Here's a good case that I was involved in, but my former boss was.
No, we're not changing the subject.
No. It's the William Kennedy Smith rape trial.
Okay.
In Palm Beach. Too. Remember that? And Roy Black, my former boss, he was the one that represented William Kennedy Smith. And one of the defenses there was that the supposed victim's girlfriend was called to the house to pick up the victim. And she went willingly and walked up this dark staircase. Now, this is a guy that supposedly just raped your girlfriend and had a conversation with the accused, with William Kennedy Smith. So, and I remember the cross-examination. It was used in law school as a model cross-examination. And he was asking the girl, like the woman, so you walked up these dark stairs, yes, and you weren't fearful, no. And I thought my friend was there, and then you sat in the kitchen and had a conversation with this guy. The guy just raped your girlfriend. You got to sit there and have a conversation with him, call the police. Similar to this, like this guy has sexually assaulted you, and now you go back to his house the second and third and fourth and fifth time. I'm not, saying that this happened, but those are some of the things you want to focus in on.
Are they obsessions? And then the second that something bad happens, they immediately go a different direction.
Yeah. Is there a financial motivation behind this lawsuit?
Well, that's the claim.
Oh boy,
that's the claim of a lot of the people that are accused, who say this is nothing but a shakedown. Right? I mean,
if we do a poll, what do you think the answer is going to be?
I'm going to say it's a shakedown.
And if there's any history of seeking money, the evidence, you got to find the evidence. Yeah. How has the accuser's story changed over time? Has it changed? It's fresh, so we don't know it yet.
It's pretty new. I don't know.
Alcohol or drugs involved? We're defending Shannon Sharpe right now. Afterwards, we're going to defend her.
I don't know. I know he drinks.
We don't know that.
I know he drinks a little bit because I saw him on his podcast drinking. So, but
he might have. He's always like, try my whiskey. So he might have made her try it a few times.
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows?
Oh, but you're defending him. We can't say that.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
No alcohol involved.
No alcohol
she wasn't
involved.
Inebriated.
Yes, no, she wasn't.
No alcohol involved.
And was there any witness to
she just saw dollar signs?
Contradict his story?
No.
Okay.
I mean, and this is the problem with these types of cases where it's he said, she said. And who do you believe? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, who would repeatedly want to be raped? Repeatedly. Because that's really, if she's saying I was raped, right? Is she saying I was repeatedly raped? Because she kept showing up.
Right.
Maybe she calls it rape because he was too bananish. Maybe he was a plantain.
I don't know. It says here, fearful and non-consensual.
They should have left it alone.
In the summer of 2024, Sharpe's aggression and rage continued to escalate to the point where the plaintiff's, Jane Doe's friends begin to fear for her safety. And so this,
so she has friends.
The complaint.
So now, so now we're going to fight for the young lady, the plaintiff, Jane. What is it called? Jane Doe.
He wasn't hitting her, was he?
No, I don't think so. I don't remember.
No, because you'll see it. Any kind of bruise, you'll see it.
Rough stuff in bed.
And verbally abusing her, I think.
Why did she wait to file the lawsuit? Victims. Why do victims wait?
Well, this is
fair, shame.
This is the question. Like, why? There's some of these cases are 15, 20 years old.
Yeah.
But Cosby, those cases were decades old.
Oh yeah, and there were a lot of them.
Yeah, those were top celebrities that he did it to,
them or whatever he was doing.
Yeah,
and then they all came out of the woodwork when they saw the dollar signs.
Yeah,
or they saw that one famous person will come out the woodwork. Then they were like, if she can do it, I can do it too.
She was a basketball player. I don't know how famous she was.
No, he had a lot.
There were a lot that came out, but I think the basketball
and actresses came out too.
Actresses too.
Yeah,
probably. Yeah. But they were super young in the 70s. Yeah.
And it was okay back then. Remember, women didn't have that much rights. We were just getting our rights.
Yeah.
So having a voice that even say that you raped me and blah, blah, blah. I mean, who cares?
I don't know. Yeah.
As their power imbalance. Is there a power imbalance?
Yeah. She's a...
Evidence. Is there evidence?
Oh,
absolutely,
evidence?
Yeah.
No.
Older, powerful man.
Probably the only evidence that I've read so far is that
he's older.
Instagram post or live stream that they may try to show that he's some sort of sexual deviant or something like that. I don't know if that will ever come in. I don't know. Yeah, it says, I'm looking at the complaint again. And again, on October 6th, 2024, he was again working out at a Nevada gym. This is Nevada, following her usual routine. She saw Sharpe aggressively approaching her because he was pissed off because she had been ignoring him.
Wait. So is there more than one gyms? You said Nevada. Was there another gym before?
We started in Los Angeles.
So why is she in Nevada?
They both moved to Las Vegas.
Oh, so she lives with him?
No, independently. And he claims that she followed him there. She says no. She says that's a lie here, but he says she followed me here to Las Vegas. But yes, now they both end up in Las Vegas again. Like,
so he moved.
Follow the
we need to figure it out. We need to figure out if he moved to Las Vegas or did he have a gig in Las Vegas, and why are they in the same gym? These gyms are expensive for a celebrity to be in. How is he affording this gym?
It's strange to end up in the same gym in two different cities. She says October 6, 2024, Sharpe was aggressively approaching her. She could tell by his look and the way he moved quickly towards her. He was furious for having been ignored.
And who paid for her gym membership?
I don't know. As soon as he got close, he told her, "Sit the fuck down. I'm going to kill you."
Kill you in bed?
Isn't that when you get a different gym? Like usually?
And according to the allegations, plaintiff said, "I don't want to talk to you. You cheated on me."
Oh,
his response was dismissive and controlling as usual. "You don't have a choice
because I paid this membership." Oh.
He demanded that they talk in private. She told him no. She made it clear she did not want to talk to him, be alone with him, or want him coming home. But Sharpe didn't care.
Home?
He never took no for an answer. Sharpe forced the plaintiff under threat to get into his car and go to her house.
This sounds like a psychological manipulation, psychological control over this girl. I mean, that's the picture they're trying to paint. I guess. That she had no control over her actions either. So her following him was because she was fearful and under his control.
Or under his money.
Yeah.
The control of his money.
The money.
Yeah.
So the messages will be seized or even if they look friendly. I don't know.
Anyway. All right.
Does the recording prove lack of consent? Does her recording, did we listen to, you listened to the recording, right? That's the recording?
There's no recording.
There's a recording somewhere. Isn't there a recording of them talking?
No, the only thing that he mentioned was the live stream. Yeah.
Okay.
That was not with her stuff.
Does age and experience matter in this case? Difference matter.
Well, yeah, she's gonna
in the court.
She's going to be portrayed as a young, innocent woman who is approached by a very wealthy, famous former NFL football player, and he has much more experience, much more knowledge, able to control her.
I'm not sure. I think this one's going to be swept under the rug too, and there's going to be like a deal. Yeah,
I think so too. Because how many snow bunnies have went after famous people?
Yeah, lots.
Especially, I mean, he's a very dark, like sculpt, chocolate man. It's a normal routine.
I'm not calling him a chocolate man.
He's a chocolate man. Sexy chocolate.
Be careful, you smell the chocolate man out there. The snow bunnies are right after you. They're chasing you.
But I mean,
and by the way,
his personality makes him look good.
I want you to make sure on the air, snow bunnies is not our term. That was a term coined by.
I just heard it today.
What's his name?
Cat Williams.
Cat Williams.
Cat Williams did not come up with it. It's been around for decades.
But anyway.
Yeah. Okay,
I'm attributing it to Cat Williams. Thank you, Mr. Williams.
Does the recording? Okay, we talked about recording. There's no recording.
No recording.
There's recording somewhere. I know I heard something. It sounded weird. She was like, "Why should I do this?" Or there's a recording. I know I heard a recording. This age experience. Why does the dollar amount seem so high?
Well, that's a question I always have. Like,
what's wrong with just having a sugar daddy and not suing him?
I mean, listen,
because you got to say you're a sugar baby.
I mean, I guess
sugar baby.
I guess the allegations are that you're so traumatized for the rest of your life because of this. You just need money to be able to live and not have to deal with the rest of life. I guess.
And it's a punished bad behavior.
Her lifestyle.
It's a punished bad behavior. And you're supposed to be bad.
Requires $50 million. That's what she believes. That's what her attorney believes.
And if he's going to do all this, it's a punished bad behavior. And
that's the part of the punitive. The $20 million in punitive
celebrities who have deep pockets.
You want to punish. You want to send out a message to people. This is not the way you act.
Yeah.
And the message is going forward. Let's say Shannon Sharpe was to have been found liable and had to pay $20 million for punitive damages. The message to everyone else is don't do this because this is what's going to happen to you. You're going to lose 10, 20,
especially when you get up and you start making so much money. Why? I mean, I know he's been warned. Cat Williams warned him on the show. Come on. He warned him so many times.
Oh, well.
Emotional distress alone justified the damage.
I really see these high-profile cases as nonsense because nobody was murdered. no suicide happened.
Right.
You know,
it's a murder of her life,
Well,
her lifestyle. Are you crazy?
her
She's
lifestyle's
going to
50
these.
million.
I think her lifestyle only got better.
Yeah, way better.
Not if she doesn't get if she gets the 50 million.
We know nobody can function in life without a private jet.
No, she wasn't at that standards before.
No,
she was just.
We don't know. I don't know what she did.
No, I'm telling you. I'm giving you a reason why I'm fighting her case. Could emotional distress alone justify damage? Yes, because she is traumatized now. She's been flying in private jets and all these different, buying whatever she wants, putting the credit card, and now you're taking that away?
Yes.
She is traumatized.
Yes.
So she deserves.
She might get depressed. From her job as sugar baby.
She may get depressed.
I'm freaking traumatized every day, for Christ's sake. I don't even get $100.
So why would I guess is a question for me. Why would young women risk? Oh, I'm young. Yes. Why would young women risk public humiliation to make this claim? I don't think I can do it. I got too much pride.
She doesn't care.
False accusations are rare. The risk of public shame often keeps real victims silent. Speaking up takes courage.
It's her 15 minutes. That's
but
what it is.
I think there's always a little bit of truth to both sides of the story in these types of things. You know, there's a little truth to every side, each one's stories. You know, it wasn't like this guy came over and just freaking, yanked her out of the gym and raped her at his house.
No, but was he aggressive? 100%.
Probably.
Right?
I mean, but maybe that's why he told her to lean out some more, because he's strong. What's aggressive? Come on. If I'm a bodybuilder and I'm, strong as heck, some people look at me like, oh my goodness, she's so strong. She's going to hurt me. Even when I'm training them, like, I can't train at her caliber. He's a big, strong man. Of course, I think.
I'm sure he wanted to lose that bet, though, that contest.
Yeah, but you think what's aggressive to a man that's always in the gym as strong as that? What's aggressive to her? What is she bench pressing?
I don't know. Who knows? We don't know.
Can she handle his power? She might
be 6'6",
I don't think they're wrestling each other in there.
I mean, what is it, man? It's all wrestling.
I don't know.
Someone has to pin someone.
Oh my Lord! Here we go. All right.
Was he reckless in his behavior? I think so. Yes.
Probably.
Because he shouldn't have took that risk. I mean,
I think if you're a rich, famous celebrity, especially these days, pro athletes, it seems, you're a target, and you got to be really careful who you associate with, and you take home to your house or whose house you go over, because now as soon as you do that and have sex with someone like that, you're subjecting yourself to a possible claim that you sexually assaulted
someone.
History should have told him.
I have a question. How come there's no sexual assault cases against women?
There are.
Aren't there?
Yeah, there are. We just don't talk about it.
Oh, we don't talk about it.
I mean,
you know what? If the guy never makes a complaint.
No, they do. And there have. It's just that I think the women, back in the days, women didn't have that much money. The men have money.
Lucky.
Yeah, the men have the money. So why are you going to accuse him unless he's abused, like really putting his hands on you and giving you black and blue eyes?
Well, you're right.
So there's no reason other than running away.
Plus, a man's never going to say, "Oh, she was beating me."
Yeah, she beat me. She pinned me down. And beat me.
Yeah,
pinned me down, forced me to have sex with her.
Okay, guys. So I came up with some funny jokes. So we're gonna have a little fun right now, not to make light up anything.
Right. Exactly. Let's make that
I still wanted to briefly mention that Karen Reed trial.
Oh yeah.
As well.
Okay, go. Yeah, we don't want to do this. We don't want to do that.
Karen Reed trial. I did not know about this until somebody brought it up on my live stream. TK's Adventure, shameless plug right there. But it happened then, and it's out of Massachusetts, so it's now gained national attention. It's about boyfriend, girlfriend runs over her boyfriend, who is a cop, with an SUV, and that happened back in 2022, I think, 2022. So now they're saying, well, her defense is saying that she was framed by the police. They were covering stuff up. She was framed. The way I see it right now at this point, and I'm going to follow this trial as much as I can, but the way I see it right now is he's the one that's dead, not her. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
So she's saying she's being framed, and now the trial is starting. So we're going to follow up on that one. That's
I definitely want to keep an eye on that.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So, like I said, we're not making light of any of these things. These are serious matters.
They are.
But there's a cultural lesson we all know too well. Let's get into some jokes about Uncle Shannon.
Uncle Shannon. Is that what he calls himself? Uncle
Shannon? Uncle Shannon. That's what everyone calls him.
Okay. Well,
history and a little Cat Williams energy thrown into.
Right.
Okay, so Shannon Sharpe been Black long enough to know the old rule is if you're a big Black man and a white woman so much as trips near you, you better have 5 witnesses, a notarized statement, say you didn't push her. That's one. Back in the days, a Black man could lose his life for just looking at a white woman.
True.
The wrong way. Shannon Sharpe out there thinking he can date one and text her like it's sweet. Boy, you still making movies about Emmett Till. Oh shoot. Boy, they're still making movies about Emmett Till. Oh, I wish I had reread this before I even came out. Shannon Sharpe, you built like a tank. You talk loud for a living, and you still think you can move silent with a young white woman? Even Harriet Tubman had better escape routes than you. Okay, this one's from Cat Williams. Cat Williams warned him on his own show, said it to his face. You too loud to be sneaky. And Shannon still tried it. That's like robbing a bank while wearing your own jersey. Ay. Okay, Cat Williams again. Told Shannon straight up, this game ain't for you no more, punk. But Shannon wanted to be the old head still moving like he was 25. Nah, bruh. You're one slip up away from a Lifetime movie special. Okay. Let me skip that. Let me see. The ancestors look at Shannon like, oh.
What's that?
Hold on. Wait. The ancestors looking at Shannon like, all them chains we broke, and this is what you do with it? If Frederick Douglass had a Twitter, Shannon would be blocked right now. Sorry, guys.
All right. Well,
I thought I have a few more, but we're going
to leave it at that. Well, listen, that's another interesting
I think that's
episode.
juicy enough to mention again as we follow that.
Yeah, I'll have more jokes on the next one.
No, I want to keep up with that one. I like to follow that.
But definitely, I think we've proven today the world must be crazy.
Yeah.
Right. And so I think the lesson we learned today is when you go into a Washington, D.C. restaurant, watch your purse.
Yeah, watch your purse, especially if your job is to protect the country.
Keep an eye on that purse. There's $3,000 in there.
Yeah, and don't play in the snow.
That's it. Don't play in the snow.
Somebody's really
enjoying
a rich black really nice Gucci handbag right now.
Exactly.
Being on the Real, probably posted on the Real. So put in your bids.
All right. Well,
and that means young snow, not the yellow snow.
Thanks again for watching another episode of Legal Shit. And like we always say, it's not just talk, it's
legal shit.
Thanks again, folks.
Wait. Do that one more time. If it's not, I'm just playing.
Goodbye.